One of the hardest lessons in life is realizing that not everyone who smiles at you is truly your friend. Some people wear the mask of friendship but have hidden agendas. Fake friends, in particular, have a way of prying into your private life in ways that are subtle, sneaky, and sometimes downright manipulative. These individuals don't respect boundaries. Instead of accepting your choice to keep some things private, they go out of their way to find out what you're hiding. Fake friends don't take no for an answer. If you say, "It's private," they'll keep circling back to the topic in different ways. They'll ask indirect questions, make assumptions, or even joke about it, all in an attempt to get you to slip up. For example, they might say, "I bet you're hiding something juicy," or "Come on, you can tell me, I won't judge." This persistence is a clear sign of disrespect for your boundaries and a red flag for manipulation. And they do it in such clever ways that you might not even realize their true intentions until it's too late. Have you ever met someone who seemed overly eager to know your secrets? They notice there's something you're not sharing and become overly curious, almost desperate to know. You've told them outright it's private, yet they don't back off. Instead of respecting your boundaries, they switch to another tactic, sharing their own personal stories to make you feel comfortable enough to open up. On the surface, this seems harmless. They're being vulnerable, so you feel like it's safe to do the same, right? Suddenly they open up about something personal, maybe a story of heartbreak, a family problem, or a mistake they made. It sounds so real, so relatable, but in many cases these stories are exaggerated or completely made up to gain your trust. Not every story they share is real. Some people fabricate tales just to lure you into spilling your secrets. They create a false sense of trust, and before you know it, you're revealing everything you swore you'd keep private. The moment feels natural, but later, regret hits you like a wave. You realize you were manipulated into opening up. The regret comes because deep down you knew you wanted to keep those things private, but in the moment, their fake vulnerability tricked you into lowering your guard. That sense of betrayal, knowing someone used your openness against you, can leave you feeling worthless or foolish. But let me tell you something. This isn't your fault. Manipulative people are skilled at what they do, and anyone can fall into their trap. What matters is that you recognize the pattern and learn to protect yourself in the future. You don't have to cut everyone off, but you do need to be cautious around people who show these red flags. Here's how to guard yourself. Stick to your boundaries. If you've said it's private, don't let guilt or pressure make you change your mind. Be firm and consistent no matter what tactics they use. If they persist, change the subject. Ask them about their hobbies, opinions, or interests. Fake friends often lose interest if the focus shifts away from you. Watch for patterns. Pay attention to how often this person shares personal stories. Are they always overly dramatic or perfectly timed when they want something from you? That's a sign of manipulation. Also pay attention to how they handle other people's secrets. If they're constantly gossiping about others, it's a sign they'll do the same with your information. Respond without revealing. When they share their own secrets, respond with empathy but keep the focus on them. For example, "That must have been tough for you," or "I hope things get better." Avoid jumping into your own experiences. When they ask intrusive questions, give vague or generic answers. For example, if they ask about your finances, you can say, "I'm managing fine." If they ask about your relationships, respond with, "Things are okay." The less detail you provide, the less ammunition they have. Trust your instincts. If something about their behavior feels off, trust your gut. Manipulative people often give themselves away through inconsistency or exaggerated details in their stories. Limit what you share. Even if they seem genuine, keep your private life guarded until they've consistently proven their trustworthiness over time. True friends respect your boundaries without needing to know every detail. If someone repeatedly disrespects your boundaries or uses sneaky tactics to pry into your life, it's time to step back. Real friends don't need to know every detail about you to care about you. Protect your peace by surrounding yourself with people who respect your privacy. Fake friends pry into your private life for a variety of reasons. None of them is good. Curiosity. Some people just can't stand not knowing something. Your privacy frustrates them, so they'll go to great lengths to satisfy their curiosity. Control. Knowing your secrets gives them a sense of power over you. They may use that information to manipulate you or to feel superior. Gossip. For some, your private life is just another topic of conversation. They pry so they can have more material to share with others. Jealousy. If they suspect you're doing well or have something they don't, they'll dig for details to confirm their suspicions or to find a way to bring you down. Now let me make this clear. Sometimes it's not manipulation that causes us to lower our guard. It's the weight of our own emotions. Life can be overwhelming, and when our hearts are heavy, the urge to offload that burden becomes strong. We want to share our struggles, to feel heard and understood. In those moments, we might open up to someone who doesn't truly deserve our trust, simply because we're seeking relief. And that's perfectly human. We all have times when the pressure builds up and we just want to talk, to feel lighter. But unfortunately, not everyone who listens has good intentions. This is where the danger lies, not in wanting to offload, but in choosing the wrong person to confide in. Our emotions are powerful, and bottling them up for too long can feel unbearable. Here are some reasons we're drawn to sharing during difficult times. Relief from stress. Talking about our problems can be like releasing steam from a pressure cooker. It gives us temporary relief. Seeking validation. Sometimes we just want someone to say, "I understand," or "You're not alone," hoping for solutions. We might open up, hoping that the person we're confiding in has advice or answers. Building connection. Sharing our vulnerabilities can make us feel closer to others, which is a natural human desire. The risk of sharing in the wrong moment. But here's the challenge. When we're overwhelmed, we're not always thinking clearly. In those moments, we might confide in someone who seems available or willing to listen, without considering if they're trustworthy. A fake friend can easily recognize this vulnerability and take advantage of it. They might appear supportive, nodding and listening intently, while secretly collecting information they can later use against you. The danger isn't in needing to offload, it's in not being cautious about who you offload to. How to protect yourself while offloading. Pause before you share. Before opening up, take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself, does this person have a history of keeping secrets? Are they genuinely supportive, or do they tend to gossip? Will I regret sharing this with them later? Even in emotional moments, a quick pause can save you from future regret. Confide in safe spaces. When your heart is heavy, consider turning to someone you know you can trust, a lifelong friend, a family member, or even a therapist. If no one feels safe at the moment, journaling or praying can also help. Not every burden needs to be shared with others to feel lighter. Share selectively. You don't have to pour out everything at once. Start with smaller details to gauge the person's reaction. If they handle that well, you might feel more comfortable sharing more later. But if you sense any red flags, pull back. Rely on non-human outlets. Sometimes you don't need a person at all. Writing down your thoughts, talking aloud to yourself, or praying can be incredibly therapeutic. These outlets let you offload without the risk of your privacy being exposed. Your emotions are valid, but so is your privacy. It's okay to feel the need to offload. It doesn't make you weak or careless. It makes you human. But remember, your privacy is a treasure, and not everyone deserves access to it. When your heart feels heavy, take a moment to choose wisely where you place your trust. Seek out safe spaces, whether that's a trusted friend, a notebook, or even just a quiet moment with yourself. You deserve to feel lighter without carrying the regret of having confided in the wrong person. Protect your heart, and you'll find that relief and peace can coexist with boundaries. Life can be heavy at times, and it's natural to want to share your struggles to feel lighter. But while sharing can bring relief, it's crucial to protect your privacy and choose carefully who you confide in. Not everyone who listens has pure intentions. Some people may use your vulnerability for their own gain. That's why it's essential to pause, evaluate, and trust only those who have proven their loyalty over time. You don't have to carry your burdens alone, but you also don't have to share them with everyone. Whether you turn to a trusted friend, a journal, or your faith, remember that your peace and privacy are worth protecting. Choose wisely and you'll find both relief and security.